Hello and welcome to today's almost daily devotional. We're in the book of Psalms, chapter 36, and we're going to start with the 5th verse. And it goes like this. But your loyal love, Lord, extends to the skies. Your faithfulness reaches the clouds. Your righteousness is like the strongest mountains. Your justice is like the deepest sea. Lord, you save both humans and animals. Your faithful love is priceless, God. Humanity finds refuge in the shadow of your wings. They feast on the bounty of your house. You let them drink from your river of pure joy. Within you is the spring of life. In your light, we see light. Extend your faithful love to those who know you. Extend your righteousness to those whose heart is right. Don't let the feet of arrogant people walk all over me. Don't let the hands of the wicked drive me off. Look, right there is where the evildoers have fallen. Pushed down, unable to get up. So the Psalms are almost always written in some form of a distress or a challenging situation or something that is bringing out the need to pray in a forceful or strong, strident way. There are some that are just ceremonial psalms, but this one and many others are written in a particular situation. And so one can imagine what situation the writer was in when they wrote the psalm, what could possibly have been happening in their lives. And I wonder if the psalm were written today, if it might not be a cry out because they're experiencing pain and loss, because they feel isolated and alone and maybe put aside. I'm reading a lot about social isolation and how difficult it is, especially if we spend a lot of time in sort of not in-person or real face-to-face conversation with people. If we're getting all of our social interaction through the computer, how dangerous and difficult that is for us, and how we often feel put aside. We often feel trampled under the feet of arrogant people. And this psalm reminds us that our identity is more than what we put online. It's more than what we let people know often. It's even more than what people can see. Our identity was given to us in the waters of baptism. This psalm reminds us that when we drink from God's river, that river is pure joy. And so how do we access that river? How do we see that river as truth? How do we know our identity is claimed by God and not by what people assign us or how other people define us? And I think one of those ways, one of the most important ways, is to remember that we have been baptized. You've put on Christ. In Christ you have been baptized. And so that is our real identity. That is who we really are. We are a child of God, beloved, claimed, and free. And so it doesn't always feel nice to have people judge us or to have people tell us who we are, or to be pushed aside by the feet of the arrogant, as the psalm puts it. But if we can remember that we are not defined by those things, but instead defined by the love of a God who is as big as the mountains, whose love is as big as the sky, and that is our real identity. That's who we really are. If we can wake up every day and remember that we have been baptized, that we are claimed and we are named by God and not by the world and not by our friends and not by our enemies and not by anything else but those things. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't we then be free? God bless.